Hello and welcome, Bruins, to our UCLA ONE student demo. Thank you for those that came today and are curious about learning more about our UCLA ONE platform. We'll be sharing lots of tricks and tips for you today on how to use the platform to broaden your UCLA network. Before we get started, just wanted to do a couple of housekeeping. First is that if you have any questions regarding the platform or our program today, use the Q&A function below rather than the chat to share any of your questions. We will make sure to answer your questions today, but please use the Q&A box. And then also we will be recording the program. So if you wanted to jot something down or you don't have a pen on you, or if maybe you just wanted to revisit the program, we will be recording it and sharing it as well. So we'll get started. So hello and welcome again, everyone. My name is Gloria Coe. I serve as Senior Director for our Alumni Career Engagement at UCLA Alumni Affairs. I'm a double Bruin, graduated in 2006 with a communications degree, and also got my master's in education in 2007. And so I'm joined today by my co-speaker, Melissa, and she'll introduce herself.
Hey everyone, my name is Melissa DeGravel. I am the coordinator for our Alumni Career Engagement team. I graduated from UCLA class of 2010 with a degree in International Development Studies, and I'm the lead for the UCLA ONE platform and its expansion, and I'm excited to show you around the platform.
Thanks, Melissa. So let's get started. I'm going to do an overview of some of the different functions and different areas that you can explore on UCLA ONE, and Melissa's going to do a live demo. So again, if you have any questions, feel free to throw those into the Q&A, and we'll be sure to address those today. So some of you may be here first. You might have the question of what is UCLA ONE? Maybe you heard of it and you're curious, but not quite sure what this platform is. So this platform is really to use to broaden your UCLA network and to maximize your opportunities to engage with UCLA alumni. There's a variety of different functions. The directory is one in which you can find alumni and engage with them, whether that's by connecting them with an informational interview or having them review your resume and cover letter. We truly believe that the UCLA network is so strong and we have so many alumni that want to help you. And so while you're here as a student, we want you to take advantage and tap into that network as soon as you can so that when you graduate, you feel confident and you feel supported and ready to join whatever industry you're interested in. The UCLA ONE platform is part of the larger UCLA career ecosystem of all the different opportunities that UCLA provides you. The UCLA ONE platform is run by the UCLA Alumni Association, and we have a variety of different programs throughout the year that also help to connect you with alumni in person, whether that's virtually or when we are back on campus in events. Programs like Entertainment Networking Night, Interview with the Bruin. We also have our Bruin Development Academies and other panels and opportunities in which you can connect with alumni to learn from their experiences, learn how they are working in a certain industry or how they got into that industry. We believe that our alumni are truly one of the most powerful ways that our students can explore a career and see how they can fit into that industry if that's what they choose. Another part of the career ecosystem that is at UCLA is the Career Center. Many of you have maybe signed up for Handshake, which is the platform that the Career Center uses. And maybe you're confused, like what's the difference between Handshake and UCLA ONE? That's a great question and I'll answer right now, which is that Handshake is a really powerful tool to find and apply for internships. Many companies use Handshake, and one of the beauty of Handshake is that it's a global platform so that different employers can use it to post jobs, to give access to our Bruins, which is phenomenal. But what Handshake doesn't have is that on UCLA ONE, you can actually make those connections with alumni, ask them questions, do informational interviews, connect with them personally before you apply to the job. So some people think, oh, I have to use one or the other, and actually use both in tandem. Look for those great opportunities and postings on Handshake, but then also come to UCLA ONE to find the alumni in those companies that you're interested in and maybe make those connections before you even apply. So both are tools in your belt, in your tool belt, when you begin your career exploration and your job search. Also, academic departments on campus have programs as well. There's different divisions and departments that have career panels and invite alumni to come back to their classroom. And so utilize those opportunities as well to build up your career network. And then also student organizations have been key in the development of our students in their career exploration. So you have lots of different industry clubs, you have groups that do case studies and competitions and have workshops to really train our students to be job ready and industry ready. And so utilizing all these areas of the UCLA career ecosystem, I think is key to really be able to explore to your fullest and really get the best information. And so today we're going to be talking about how you can use UCLA ONE to really make your process that much more full and fulfilling, and you can get the answers that you're looking for. And so why do you use UCLA ONE? We think that UCLA ONE is a fantastic place to really ask a lot of questions and get those answers. The UCLA ONE platform is unique and specific only to Bruins. So those who can be part of the platform are verified students, alumni, staff, and faculty. So you know that if they say that they're on this platform and then they graduated from UCLA, you know that that is true. On other platforms, that information may or may not be verified, but everyone who is on UCLA ONE is in our database. And also UCLA ONE, it is what you would call the warm ask, rather than cold emailing someone on LinkedIn or trying to send them a message through the connect button. We have a lot of different engagement opportunities already primed for you to just make that warm ask where you can say, hey, I saw that you said that you're interested in doing this. I would love for your help. That makes that ask for you so much easier so that you don't have to introduce yourself. I'm a student at UCLA. I'm curious, like this platform already makes it easy for you to make that ask. And so know that this tool is here for you so that you can ask for more things, ask for more engagement. And also we have a streamlined request process. We'll talk more about that during the live demo. And also this platform has users from all over the globe. So you may be at home right now looking at ways to connect with people maybe you're on the East Coast or in NorCal. There are alumni that are in the East Coast and in NorCal or Southern California, so that you can connect with anyone at any time. You don't have to be limited to your location. And ultimately, UCLA ONE is here for you and can help facilitate, but ultimately you have to put yourself out there to ask. But this is a great environment to practice even asking, because number one, people want to help because they've already said so, and they're Bruins, so you have a commonality. So one of the first things that we want you to explore when you are on UCLA ONE is the directory search. Melissa will do a live demo for you, but through this directory, you're able to search for people in similar communities, in similar degrees or majors, or even at companies that you're interested in. And so we have this directory is a great place to start just to explore, just look around, maybe throw in some companies that you're interested in. This is a great place to start. And then also in the directory, there's a section called Get Involved. And these are all different ways that alumni have shared that they want to get involved and help students. So as you can see, the first top 3 are more content areas. They want to share with you about their company, their industry, or maybe connect you to their network. And then the rest are also very action-based ways for them to engage with you. So one, they can serve as a guest speaker or panelist. They can facilitate a mock interview. They're available for informational interviews, which is basically a fancy way of you asking them questions, right? And they can review cover letter or resumes. They can participate in a networking event, or they can offer job shadowing or skills building opportunity. All of these, which are very active ways in which our alumni want to help you and engage with you during your time as a student. And so when you go to make a request, these are actually just some sample templates that you could utilize when you're reaching out to your alumni, to follow up on one of the areas that maybe they've suggested that they're interested in engaging with you. So here, for example, hi, Tom, I'm a second-year student and haven't declared my major. Would you be willing to meet via Zoom for an informational interview about your educational journey and how it influenced your career path? Thanks, Josie. So this is a very simple message that you can send to start the conversation about doing an informational interview with an alumni that's on the platform. The next one is also another sample too. Hi, Melissa, I hope you're well. I found your profile on UCLA ONE and saw that you are able to help with job shadowing at your company. I'm a third-year student studying French and would appreciate this opportunity. Thanks for any information you can provide. Gloria. Again, this is a great introductory message for you to start the conversation about taking on the job opportunity, job shadowing opportunity that the alumnus or alumna may have shared. Again, all of these ways are just the great initial emails to start the conversation for a further informational interview, a further interaction. And so again, even though the ask could sound scary, these emails are very simple and clear and a great way for you to start your engagement with alumni. If you are curious or you're interested in finding a mentor, we wanted to show you that the mentor program is available for you and it is on UCLA ONE. You can find more information about it on alumni.ucla.edu/mentor, and you can actually request a mentor. The request period actually begins tomorrow. So you're here perfectly timed. If you're interested in working with a mentor, you should definitely check this out. If you are interested in maybe engaging with alumni as a student leader, maybe you are a club leader and you have events throughout the year, you can actually find guest speakers on UCLA ONE as well. Under the Get Involved, you can click on Serve as a Guest Speaker or Panelist. And this is a great way for you to find and source speakers for your events. And you can connect with them straight on UCLA ONE as well. We have over 600 alumni who are willing to help. So this is a great way for you to find alumni that maybe graduated with your degree or in an industry that you're interested in working with. And so oftentimes we get requests from student groups saying, hey, can you find me great alumni? Well, these are great alumni right here, ready and waiting for you to reach out to them. And then also you may be a student leader also that's looking to hold a networking event with your organization this year. And we have over 500 alumni that are willing to help in this way. And so you can actually go in there, click on Get Involved and participate in a networking event. And they'll show you these are the people that are willing to attend. And so some of you may be curious, like what's the difference between a guest speaker and then people who want to attend a networking event? Those who've indicated that they are willing to be a guest speaker or panelist, these are people that have no problem, taking the mic, being on the Zoom call and really representing their area of expertise. These people are willing and ready to speak. And those who attend networking events may not be ready to potentially speak and have remarks, but they're willing to be in a breakout room, at a round table, and just talk more casually with your students or your club members. And so for those of you that are interested in recruiting alumni for your events, these are two great tools for you to use on UCLA ONE. You can also join groups that are on UCLA ONE. These range from different industry areas to different majors and divisions. And if you are part of a student group and you would like to have a group on UCLA ONE, and you can connect with your alumni this way, you can actually reach out to us at careerprograms@alumni.ucla.edu. We can get you set up with a group. And so now I'll turn it over to Melissa, who's going to do our live demo, and she'll walk us through the platform, and she can share that with us.
All right. Hi, everybody. So this is UCLA ONE. Most of you are likely familiar with it. Before we go into the demo of the directory, I do want to just do a quick tour of the feed. This is the homepage that you land on once you log in to UCLA ONE. So unlike other social media platforms where your feed is your own and you post updates there and your connections find your updates on your page, all of the activity here on UCLA ONE is on the main feed. So if you have any updates, any questions you want to ask, you would post it here and engage with other users that way. On the right-hand side, we have our jobs board. We have our recent members. So it's tailored to you. So you'll likely see individuals either in your major or with the same grad year. And some announcements will be here on the right-hand side, so keep an eye out every time you log in. Let's get into the demo. So here is the UCLA ONE directory. You'll see as it populates that all of the 45,000 plus members of UCLA ONE show up here in the directory. So these tools on the right-hand side are the most accurate way to tailor your search to whomever you are looking for. So let's do a quick example. Let's say I am a current student who is studying, say, economics. So you'll see once I select economics, it should tailor this down to only individuals who are registered with the econ major. So you'll see here, we now are at 2214 registered users. If I'm looking to connect with someone to find out more about their experiences, we can use the work experience filters here. You can search by specific companies, industry, or job function. So in this example, let's say I am looking for someone who's working in computer software. This will narrow down our choices as well. And you'll see as we scroll through them, there are these flags that say willing to help. And that indicates that this person has gone through their profile and indicated all of those ways they want to get involved. It is taking a little bit to update. So let's narrow it down a little bit more. Let's say we want to be an econ major, working in computer software, and specifically doing product management. So you'll see this should tailor our search a little bit more to all of these users. Let's see. And I'm going to go ahead and search for the individual that I wanted to highlight, simply because it seems like my internet is cutting out a little bit. But here we have Emma Yee, who she satisfies all of our requirements. She majored in economics here. She's currently working in computer software as a product manager. So all of those filters would have led us to Emma Yee and I believe 2 other users who satisfy those requirements. So you'll see Emma here, she has indicated the ways that she is willing to help. She can give advice regarding her industry, serve as a guest speaker or panelist, facilitate a mock interview, and she's also available for informational interviews. So you'll see that people are very specific about how they would like to help. They don't necessarily check all the boxes because they do want to be able to play to their own strengths. Emma has also indicated here that she would love for you to reach out to her to talk about product management or choosing your first career. And so she's an example of someone who's taken the time to fill out her profile to let you know how she can help. Some of those willing to help options do require a little bit more information. So she's added here that if you were to ask her to be a guest speaker for your group, she's written in the topics that she's comfortable speaking about. Here we also see that Emma is in the Alumni Mentor Program. And so let's say that I do want to ask her to be my mentor. You would find that right here on the right-hand side. You would request mentorship from Emma, and you would just type in your message to her right here. You start typing, and there you go. Hi, Emma. I'm a second-year econ major, and this will be my first year in the Alumni Mentor Program. I'm interested in learning how to explore areas for my first career and would love your guidance. I would be honored to be considered as your mentee this year, and so let me know if you want more information about me. Thank you. Click send here, and your request for mentorship would go straight to Emma. So it's as simple as that. Let's see another directory search. Let's see if the internet will work with me this time. Let's say we want to explore those get involved options. So we're looking for people who are willing to offer job shadowing or skills building opportunities. So that immediately narrowed it down to the 211 registered users who have opted into that option. In this example, let's say I'm a sociology major. Narrowing it down to sociology majors gets us to 11 registered users. So I would encourage you, if you're reaching out to someone, explore their profiles and find someone who is a good fit for you. We can explore Debbie's profile here. Debbie has indicated many ways that she's willing to help. She is interested in giving advice regarding her industry, participating in a networking event, serving as a guest speaker or panelist, and you can see the rest of that list there. She's also taken the time to fill out a lot of her profile, volunteer experience, interests, and hobbies, and different things that tie into those willing to help options. As she has indicated, she's willing to be a guest speaker and offer job shadowing skills. She's also here willing to mentor a student or a graduate student. So if you are a graduate student attending this webinar, Debbie might be a good fit for you. Let's see, if we wanted to ask Debbie for help about job shadowing, since that's what we were searching for, you would simply click that request help button, specify which one you are talking about, and type in your message right here. So, hi Debbie, I see that you're willing to help with job shadowing, and I'm interested in learning more about the opportunity you can provide. Are you available for a quick chat this week? And send it off to Debbie. So far we've seen 2 different ways to contact other users on the platform. You can request help here, you can request mentorship here, and you can also just send them a message here through their message button. All right, let us take a detour. We're going to go over to the Alumni Mentor Program. So Gloria mentioned that we are recruiting, we're in recruiting season for a mentor program, and we are able to request mentors starting this week. So this might be a good place to start. You can find your mentors by job function here. You can also find them by company if you have a specific company you're interested in and you want to speak to someone who's working there. You can also find mentors by industry and search by industry here. If you click find your own mentor, that will take you directly back to the directory where we just were, and you can use all those filters to narrow down your options for mentorship. Another thing that we want to highlight while you're here is the businesses and services directory. So the businesses and services directory is like white pages for fellow Bruins. We love seeing Bruins helping Bruins, and this is a great place to either promote a business that you're affiliated with or find businesses and services. So you can search here just by clicking into that search box. You can search by industry. You can also type in, if you're looking for an optometrist, there we go, 2 optometrists. You can also search by location. With so many Bruins residing outside of Westwood right now, you can see what Bruin businesses are in your area. Type in San Francisco and we got 2 businesses that are in San Francisco. So we do encourage you to use the businesses and services directory to find other Bruins to support, but also if you are looking to tutor other students, you have a side hustle, maybe an Etsy shop, feel free to post your business here because Bruins do love helping other Bruins. And the last place that I want to highlight here is our groups function. Gloria did touch upon this. We have over 50 groups here on the platform. They're sorted by affiliation, either maybe student groups that you're part of, alumni associations that you will be a part of. There are also groups by industry. So I would encourage you to take a look around, definitely join groups that are relevant to you. Introduce yourself on the feed if you are looking for help and you just want to do a question and see who responds. These are great ways to start your networking journey with other Bruins. All right, I think we are going now into our Q&A session.
So if anyone has any questions, feel free to add any questions into the Q&A function, and we're happy to ask or to answer any of your questions. So first question that I have is, I synced my LinkedIn last year, but my UCLA ONE profile doesn't show my summer internship. What should I do? Melissa, do you have an answer for this person?
Sure, let me share my screen again. This will look a little bit different on our end since I am on the admin side, but when you are on the platform, your picture will appear here on the top right-hand side, and you would be able to look at the settings for your profile. It would look a little bit like this. The difference would be here where it has the LinkedIn icon, it would say resync or connect. So if you haven't connected it at all, you would be able to connect it here. Or if you have connected it maybe a year ago, a couple months ago, but you have made any updates to your LinkedIn profile, you would need to resync it so that information would be fed from LinkedIn to UCLA ONE. So simply clicking resync would be able to update your summer internship on your UCLA ONE profile.
Awesome, great. Yeah, no, that's super important to be sure to resync it every once in a while. We always recommend you can make all of those changes on LinkedIn if you'd like, and then just resync it to UCLA ONE so you don't have to fill it out twice, because you can't sync it the other way. If you write it on UCLA ONE, it will not update your LinkedIn account. So rather than doing it twice, start with your LinkedIn and then resync it into your UCLA ONE account. Okay, we got another question. If I lose my password or need platform help, can I contact career programs? Melissa, what is your answer for that one?
So as much as we would love to help you with something like this, we are not the tech support for the website. We are unable to reset any passwords. We're happy to help you strategize your connections and how to use the platform. But if you do have any technical difficulties resetting your password, my post doesn't show on the feed, or how can I edit something that I've posted, you would want to connect with support@graduate.com. That's support@graduate.com. Or you can send us an email and we can send you that email address and loop in the support team to get you the help that you need right away.
Great, thanks, Melissa. And it's totally one of those things where we know people always have tech, password issues, things like that. And so connecting with the support team at Graduate will make sure that you get access back into your profile. I have another question. If an alumnus doesn't respond, how do you suggest I proceed? I'll answer that. And how I suggest you proceed is you can do two things. You can reconnect, you can try to email or nudge the alumni that you first initially reached out to and just say, oh, just wanted to check in. I sent you a request about a week ago. Just wanted to see if you received it or had any questions. If they don't respond, then I suggest that you move on. And so I know that's a weird thing to say, but sometimes people are busy or they have things going on. And so there's so many other people on the platform that we don't want you to just we don't want you to be stymied because one person doesn't respond to you. Be sure to send out multiple questions and requests, because then you might be able to get a response, more of a response that way. Melissa, did you have any other thoughts to that? What do you think?
No, I think that's completely appropriate. I think waiting about a week, many users are professionals, and so things might just get lost in the shuffle, but giving that nudge saying, hey, I really am interested in your opinion or in your help, I think that will get the conversation started. But like Gloria said, there are so many users. There's 45,000 users on the platform, and when you use those filter functions, you'll be able to find people who are willing and ready to help. And so send out that question to many people, see what answers you get, but don't worry if you don't hear from someone right away.
Yeah, I wanted to also add to that is that I think a big part of, I know even for me sometimes, the hardest part oftentimes is getting over the anxiety about asking someone for something. Or maybe worried that, oh, what if they say no? Or will that make me look bad or I don't want to be annoying. And so there's a lot of things that we ourselves stop ourselves from doing internally rather than it actually being a hard process. And so before you begin your exploration on UCLA ONE, you can do some of your own self-assessment of, am I not necessarily wanting to do this because I'm nervous? And it's okay to be. The ask is always the hardest part, because once you make the ask, and if the best thing that they can say is yes, and the worst thing they can do is no. And oftentimes that no seems really scary, but know that no really has nothing to do with you. That might be something that maybe they don't have time, or they're not necessarily in the place to help. But just by asking, you just never know what can happen, or what a yes could be on the other side and what that can mean for you. So, for many of you that might be curious about UCLA ONE, but you're not really ready because it's hard to make an ask. I just want to comfort you and say it's really normal to be nervous or anxious about asking for help. But who knows what could happen once we make that ask, what doors could open and what opportunities could lie ahead. So Melissa, do you have any thoughts about that, about the ask and about people's feelings about it?
No, I agree with what you said. I think one of the quotes that I wrote down in preparation for this is that it's not what you know, it's who you know. But I wrote it down because as much as I agree, we do know that what you know is important. You're studying at UCLA and you're setting yourself up for a bright future. But who you know is part of the greatest ways to get your career journey started. And so I think that's where UCLA ONE comes in, and we can help set you on that journey, making those connections with alumni and other people in your field, just so that you have a good footing whenever you are ready to get that started.
I agree. And some of you may be wondering, well, okay, I'm ready to ask, where do I even start? And so again, like we said, start at the directory. Just look around. We all know that we can, search and we can, scroll and do all sorts of stuff. And so add in one word that maybe you have an interest in, whether that's a company or maybe it's an experience or identity into the search. And so maybe you've been hearing that, oh, working at a certain company is a great experience. Let's start by, searching alumni in that company and reaching out to ask them, is that true? Is it a great experience? Is it really cool to do this job? Ultimately taking on an informational interview, you want to look at it as a journalist would, that you have some questions about it. You want to clarify some information, clarify some assumptions that maybe you have. And then learn more, right? There's no pressure that you have to come away with it, with a job or with this bright epiphany. Oftentimes we know what we want to do by really understanding what we don't want to do. And so if it doesn't work out or you think that, oh, that's not really for me, that's a wonderful takeaway or product from an informational interview, to say, that's not for me, move on, time to move on, right? And so I know that for my own personal professional journey, a big part of it was just trying something and you find whether it works or not. And if it doesn't work, that's a wonderful place to get to, because then you can pivot into something else. And so we hope that UCLA ONE can be your tool to just get some questions answered, to clarify some of the things that you think are true about yourself or your chosen career path. And we have amazing testimonials from people that have connected with alumni that have really shown them what it's like to be, graduated from UCLA, be successful in an industry, but also who are championing them to be successful too during their time as students and then also when they graduate. So UCLA ONE can be a great tool for you as you begin your career exploration or your job search. So definitely, when we finish our info session today and our demo, maybe looking up, giving yourself the goal of 1 to 2 informational interviews by the end of October, just to start that process, get familiar with being uncomfortable with the ask, but also putting yourself in that discomfort so that maybe something great can come out of it. So, and if not, then you can move on and then you can also try something new. So if there aren't any more questions, we'll give you just like 1 more minute or a little bit longer to throw any more Q&A questions in the Q&A. I guess for those of you that are maybe student leaders, we welcome you to share UCLA ONE with your members or your classmates. We know that oftentimes connecting with alumni may seem like, oh, it's only at the Alumni Association. But UCLA ONE really can make finding alumni right there at your fingertips, and so that you can connect and find these great alumni to come speak to your members, or they can even help. Let's say you're coordinating a mock interview event of your own. Feel free to reach out to our alumni on this platform as well. So we wanted to make that process as easy for our students as possible, and so we've added these different updates so that you can connect with alumni. I think as we we will start to wrap up then if we don't have any more questions. But, as you begin to explore UCLA One and you want to see how it can help you during your time at UCLA, I encourage you to have a spirit of curiosity and grace for yourself, especially as you're sending requests. Be brave, be courageous as you are exploring and also putting yourself out there to other Bruins. But know that Bruins want to help you. Bruins want to hire you. And so the more you're able to build your Bruin network and build the community around you, it really is a great reflection of the time that you have at UCLA. And especially as we are all in remote settings and at home, working or studying remotely, utilize this time to connect with people. We have this great equalizer of this pandemic with us, sadly, but it is also an opportunity for people who are at home, can do virtual meetings with you, can help you. And all of these requests, to be honest, have been relatively new. We started all this in August and September. And so people who are saying they're willing to help, they're ready and it's all fresh. So commit to connecting with 2 to 3 people this week and just putting yourself out there. And you never know what fruit you might bear through this process. And so thank you again for everyone who's attended our session today. We hope that UCLA One will be a great tool for you, not just today, this week, this year, but throughout your time as a Bruin. You have access to this platform forever now. And so, we hope that you will use it to build your network and connect with Bruins all around the world. So thank you, everyone. And we'll talk to you soon. Take care. Go Bruins.
Go Bruins.